So the first one, I'm hoping all year 9s have done this one as well, but this is a light microscope one. Very important to be able to label the microscope and know what each part does, because there's many questions on how do you focus, describe how you would focus a microscope. So that is always starting, as I put down here, start by putting the slide on the stage, start with the lowest objective lens, which is typically ×4, and then use the coarse knob to focus, etc., and then go up gradually to the next objective lens. Please don't forget that, can you see in the eyepiece here, there is another magnification. That's normally a ×10. So when you are adjusting your objective lens to ×4, you've actually got to times it by 10 as well. So the ×4 is actually by ×40. It's a little thing to remember there. Know how to prepare a slide as well. Know that you need a stain. A stain is important, otherwise you can't see anything. There's been questions on that. Why do we use a stain? It's because it's transparent. You need a stain to stain the cell walls, etc. So you can see. Other things that crop up, quite common, is comparing light and electron microscopes. They always talk about, here it is, resolution and magnification. Electron microscope has a higher resolution and a higher magnification. That's what they want you to say. Okay, so with a light microscope, you won't be able to see things like ribosomes because they're too small. That's it, basically. Yeah, other thing is when you're using the equation here, you need to know your magnification equation equals your image size, which is what you're measuring with a ruler, divided by the actual object size. That is really important. So image size is what you're measuring, actual object size is what you're given. When you're doing your calculation, your units must be identical. So always measure in millimeters, and your object size is generally in micrometers. I know it says U there, but I don't know where the micro bit is. Okay. If you're working in centimeters, it just adds an extra step. You got to then convert. I always have to convert it to millimeters and then convert it to micrometers. And always know, as it says here, millimeters to micrometers is ×1,000, and then micro, nano, etc., all the way down. Always times it by 1,000 when you get smaller, and you divide by 1,000 as you get bigger. Okay, that's for each one. Do not use centimeters. Any questions on the microscope required practical? You can let me know. It's quite a nice, easy one. Typically, the main questions is setting it up, and the other one is measuring. If you need help on measuring things with scales and everything, I have a booklet where there's lots of practice questions on there. So if you want that, email me. Okay, note down, yes, I want the magnification booklet, please. And I will send that to you or upload it to your Google Drive. So that's the first one.